Hello, it's Ileana and I'd like to present to you another process video using Up in the Clouds. So this is my latest Up in the Clouds layout and it's my 39th process video and birthday. What a coincidence. Almost like I planned it, but I didn't. Anyway, so what I'm using here to back this photo, which I'll talk about in a minute, is some of that trusty old vellum that actually my mum gave me, and it's a newspaper advert. I've used that before. And I can't really quite rightly say what it's advertising, something to do with a pipeline. And of course some trusty old gold foil wrapping paper to just mat the whole picture onto. It's a picture of my good friends Tony and Laura. They now live over in Brazil. And they actually have a little one of their own now, which is really lovely. And they're a really inspirational couple. They're holding my little Lorenz. And that was at a time where my husband had gone off on a ski trip with my blessing completely, but these were actually my ski buddies as well, so we're kind of all joke smarting about the fact that he's over in probably the French Alps and we were left behind on the mainland. But anyway, they were really kind. They brought us over, my little boy and I, over for some dinner and some cuddles. So what I'm doing anyway, I'm pretty much letting that background piece be the creative steering and inspiration on the whole layout. So I'm really not over embellishing, using a doily just to kind of ground slightly or cloudify the bottom left corner onto which I'll land that picture. Those are two foam squares, and the reason I got those kicking about is I tried to cut some alphas out on the silhouette and it didn't really work for me. So anyway, I've got some spare bits of foam to back and mat and layer up actually more like the picture with. So the layout really incorporates a lot of those little round circles you can see on the right there, kind of peachy pink, orange I should say, orangey gold peach, that I've spray painted. They were bright orange and my mum gave me those, as if you couldn't guess. And anyway, and then I spray painted those. And when I did that, my husband came home and was like, what's that smell of fumes in here? I tried to spray perfume around the area and mask it, but obviously he spotted straight away, so I was a bit naughty. I sprayed those indoors in a very well ventilated space, but nevertheless. And what I'm doing now is just inking around the edge with these smooch inks. I got a job lot of those on a bit of a bargain, so that was a while back, but I just decided to go to town and put dots all around the vellum. Sadly I smudged a little bit with a bit of careless hand manoeuvre later on, but I thought it still looked quite sweet, and you know, it's not the focal point of the layout, is just to give it a bit of texture, so that's fine. And I've kept the colour bar from the newsprint on there. I quite liked that showing. That's kind of my industrial kind of favour coming through. I like a bit of that showing, the imperfections on my layout. And I just decided to kind of carry on the lines of the background 12 by 12 onto the doily. It's a bit crooked. Luckily it's not going to show too much. It's going to be quite embellished in that corner. Otherwise that would have really annoyed me. I should have taken a bit more care to make those straight. But never mind. So the layout is called TLC, really quite simply. And I've used the alphas that came from the Up in the Clouds collection. And, you know, I like to play on words a little bit, or what do you call them, acronyms. So of course we all know TLC is Tender Loving Care, but actually I have called this Tony, Laura, Cuteness, for obvious reasons. So I've gone with the main alphas as the title letters, and then I've just written in gold, and you'll see me do that later. But right now I'm layering stuff with some washi. These are fairly new washies that I got, and they were from Amazon probably, but they're MT washies and they've got lovely metallic kind of foil running through them, and some of them are thin and some of them are a bit thicker. Of course that's just a plain blue one, and also I've got some kind of hatched markings washi as well, which also I would have got from the internet a little while back, all just to kind of add some texture, layering and some grounding to my generally quite simple layout. So just slapping those down in the edges, and yeah, most of my embellishment around the photos, just that bottom corner. So as you saw, I stuck down the discs with some glossy accents, kind of plastic circles. I don't know what they would have been from. I'm not sure I can attribute those to any kind of household item. Maybe Mum will tell me, but it was fun to use all of those on the one layout. And the other things I've sprinkled around are some of the puffy stickers, so you'll see me squeezing a few of those down later. And the journaling isn't that spectacular. I think I'll jump ahead and read that right now. Kind of follows along with the story I just told you, but yeah, anyway. It says, at 2 months old, father in the Alps, with our skiing, stroke boarding buds, Lorenz hung back with the original crew. Going nowhere, just safe in arms. Yeah, they'll make good parents. Wink. So there you go. I'm just outlining the initial letters because they were kind of soft and faded a little bit, and I wanted them to stand out since I was only using a single letter on each. So yeah, I think I'm gonna find those actual alphas a bit of a challenge on the papers that come with the collection, unless I put those on something of a plainer background or maybe a darker one, because I just think they get a little bit lost. Maybe that's just my opinion. I think I could possibly layer those onto pictures and stuff as well. Well, we'll see how the future takes them. But they're lovely and soft pastel-y letters in any case, like I've never seen before. Just look like kind of watercoloured. And the only other thing I've done with this, I think, is to stick the puffy stickers from the collection, some stars and hearts and whatnot, and then to splatter some ink. And now you'll notice the colour change on the video as I do that. So I've started with white ink, and then the next morning I woke up, looked at the layout and thought, nah, that could do with some gold. I need some gold ink. So that's the final splatter you see me put on. But just as I'm about to do that, I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank you very much for watching. And I do look forward to seeing you again soon for another layout. Of course, you've heard me harping on an awful lot lately about how many layouts I've got sitting on my hard drive just waiting to share. So I look forward to rolling a few more of those out for you in the near future. Okay then, bye for now.